relationship with God. Like, you need to figure out yourself before anything, because
Beautiful.
if you don't have yourself, then who do you have?
Exactly. I agree with you 110%. Um, what what are some of the things that you're doing lately to involve your faith into this situation that we're in right now? Are you reading the Bible daily? Are you I know you're connecting with the youth group on Zoom
Yes,
every
yes.
chance we've done something, you've been there. So, but
Yes.
what are some other things?
Okay, so for the new year, everyone has like New Year's resolutions. My mom's like, this year we need to really start like involving ourselves in the Bible more, because we go to church on Sundays, we absorb it, but then we go home and we're throughout the week, and it's just like, we're not really involved, like putting ourselves with God.
Mhm.
So, we started doing scripture every night, like, what's it called? Devotions.
Mhm.
And so it's just like scripture and then like explain the scripture. And I actually have something here that I was going to read, and it talks about
Yay.
perspective. Yes, it talks about perspective. So we've been doing that every night, and like I've been reading it with my family. And it's just like, I don't know, it's really good for me, because it's just like, small steps at a time. You don't have to take like giant leaps of faith within your faith. It takes small steps sometimes, to get to the greater thing. So this one is called It's a Matter of Perspective. So you, Lord, in the beginning laid the foundation of the earth, and the heavens are like a work of your hands. They will perish, but you will remain, and they will all grow old like a garment. Like a cloak, you will fold them up, and they will be changed. But you are the same, and your years will not fail. Hebrews 1:10-12. So they have like a Bible verse at the beginning, and then they kind of explain it, which when they explain it, that's what I really like to hear, because that's the part that I can really understand more and that like hits me. So it says, have you ever noticed how the troubles and trials of life can sometimes feel like they will never end? Difficulties can come and stay for what seems like an eternity. This text reminds us God has a bigger plan. He created us not just for today, but for eternity. The scope of your life and mine is far greater than today's trials and troubles. The writer of Hebrews reminded us that just as we throw out the old clothing, Jesus one day will do away with this earth. The Lord is going to create a new heaven and a new earth. The creation will always change, the Creator will always stay the same. That is why our focus should always be on Him. God not only has a plan for today, He has plans for all eternity. Read these words, turn your eyes upon Jesus, look full in His wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of His glory and grace. And then it has like a prayer at the end for you to do.
Mhm.
So it says, Father, help me trust you with the challenges I face, and help me to have your perspective on those problems. I know you see beyond today and into all eternity. That's one reason I know I can trust you with an area of my life. And I just read that. This was from like, it has a weekly thing, so like every day, and then it has like the week. But I just really like that, because it included perspective, but it also included like something we're going through now, like focusing your perspective on God, because he has a greater plan for us. I don't think he caused this, but he's going to create something beautiful out of it. He doesn't always cause the bad, but he always causes something great to come out of it.
Yep.
You can just be going through so much, but something good always comes out of like it. Oh, something good always comes out of everything.
Because I want to touch on the United Methodist Women camp that you're going to go to with your mom,
I think so. If it's still up,
yeah, if they're still
but
gonna do
you've
it.
been to it before.
Mhm.
Okay. So what do you all do at the UMW camps?
It's a lot of fun. It's very relaxed. So basically, we do the first day. You get there like in the afternoon, so like 4 or 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And you go and you stay in the college dorms. And usually, it's between Florida Southern University and Bethune-Cookman University. We
Wow.
trade between those two.
Yeah. We also what was that one in Daytona?
That's Bethune-Cookman.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we do that. Those two, we alternate between years and campuses.
Mhm.
So when we do that, we go and set up our stuff in the dorms, and then we would go to dinner that night, and it gives us like they give us our meals, and then we would go after breakfast. We would go to like a little service in the morning, and then we would go right to our like teenager classes, so like the youth classes. And while my mom goes to her older ones, which they're about the same stuff, but it's more geared to age.
Right.
So and then it's basically that for like 4 days.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
And then on Sunday we have
A big service.
in the morning, and then we all leave. But it's a lot of fun. We love going there.
How many students your age attend these camps?
Not enough.
Not-
There's like, it's separated between multiple like teachers.
Mhm.
So there might be like 100 youth, but
Yeah.
there's multiple churches that are coming. So like, classes could be like 20 kids maybe. So there's like 5 kids classes.
Yeah, about that. Yeah, there's a lot of like grandmothers take their grandchildren and stuff.
Yeah, or they'll just, it's like, there's like 2 churches that just bring their whole youth group,
Mhm.
which is like 10. So they have small youth groups, but it's still fun to like see the
Yeah.
different churches and how like diverse everybody is.
And it's usually separated by age, like
Okay.
2 grades or so in each category.
Or like middle school
Yeah.
and then high schoolers.
And I'm sure they teach like the principles of being a part of the United Methodist Women and what that involves and stuff like that. And your mother's very involved. And how do you aspire to be in that direction? I mean, is this something that you want to take and roll with it and wherever you go in life?
Yes, because ever since me and Nina were little, my mom, she would do the books and we would like do the inventory. And that's like one of the things that I loved doing with United Methodist Women, because we would get to see all the books and then we'd get to organize them. And then we would go on separate like
Yeah.
little like helping things. Like we would go out and help people and it would be lots of fun. And I've been doing it since we were little. And then like a couple years ago, we got our gold pins for United Methodist Women as we were like as one. So that just like goes to show that we've been doing it for a while.
Yeah. We always go to like all the meetings and stuff that we're
after
allowed to go
church.
to.
Yeah.
And it's always been a lot of fun for us. I've always wanted to I always love like telling the Bible stories and stuff, spreading the word. So I've always wanted to be like a missionary. So I feel like I can like start there in United Methodist Women and kind of just like reach out, like branch out from there.
Yeah,
so
she's good at being a leader. And I'm usually a teacher. That's why I did the little kids. I did the little kids. I stick with that. I teach them how to do dance moves. That's about it.
I'm good at bossing people around. I'll admit it. It's
You know, UMW and the United Methodist Men are great just organizations in our church that do wonderful things. And I feel like with where we're going in church nowadays and how we're just trying to keep afloat by just getting people into the church, those 2 organizations need more help and they need younger people like yourselves. And what's it going to take to get more young ladies involved into the UMW?
I guess telling them about our experiences and how much fun we have doing it.
Like it's not like just sitting in meetings or like reciting scripture. Like it's a lot more than that. Although that is some of it. But it's more like
it's kind of like giving you like life skills sort of thing. Like during one we learned, actually our last UMW we learned about money and how to use it responsibly and how to use it for God
as a Christian.
And kind of just trying to base our offerings based on how much allowance we get.
Yeah. So it's like
life skills.
It all connects back to the church, but it's life skills that you need. So that's why it's fun.
Yeah. Do you think that maybe the word isn't getting out to young people enough about the UMW? I mean, or do you think that there's maybe like this picture they have in their heads, like it's like a stuffy bunch of old ladies drinking tea?
Yeah. It's probably both. It's probably both.
Yeah.
But
it's just somebody else's opinion. Okay?
Yeah.
There's only
I know it's not.
Yeah. There's only 4 young girls. And 2 of them are us. So that's
that usually
the meeting to the
meetings.
meetings.
Yeah.
So it's usually just that, but I wish there was more because it's a lot more fun when you get to do it with your kids, friends and people your age.
Yeah.
Right.
But
and because it's because the UMW conference is the classes that we go in are based towards kids. It's a lot more fun, and yes, it's a little bit of stuffy old ladies, but that like drink tea and stuff.
I'm
But
totally kidding. I know them, and
But you get ice cream.
you know
do.
what? I
Lots of-
love them, and I've seen them do some amazing things firsthand with some of the students in our ministry, and I'm touched beyond belief at the compassion and the just what they have to offer other people and out of their own heart and goodness and kindness. I love them. I love them. I love the UMW. I really, more than anything, my concern is for them, is like why we need more young people to come in, because every time I see them, they look like they're aging out. And we need a younger generation to come in, like you all, who are going to like be like the people that bring it in. Okay. You avoid arguments and confrontations. Agree or disagree?
Agreeant. It's like agree not. I don't avoid them, but I don't find myself in arguments other than my siblings. So it's a whole different ballgame here.
Yeah, that's old.
It's different. But like with my friends and other people outside my family, I don't really find myself in arguments. I don't know whether that's because I avoid them or because I don't know. I do avoid competition. Like at school they have like a thing called Kahoot. You might know about it. And it's like, I call it the friend killer because it like tears friends apart.
Right.
It's too competitive for me.
Yeah.
I would always get first place though.
You would?
Yeah, I'm smart. And it's weird.
Did you lose any friends? Did you kill friends?
No, I'm good at friends, I guess. But it's weird because I'm like competitive, and I know I'm competitive, so I don't like competing.
I got you. No, I hear you. You know your own strengths.
Yeah, like, well, I know I'm competitive just enough for me to know I don't want to compete. If that makes sense.
No,
like
right.
If I'm playing a board game with someone and I feel like getting competitive, I want to stop. Even though I really want to win, I want to stop.
Right.
It's
knowing your strengths, it's knowing your limitations, and it's also respecting the people around you.
Yes.
But I get that.
Also, but if I can beat someone, like absolutely like murder someone in my game of Monopoly, I'm going to.
If you don't care for them.
No, I'm going to do it anyway. Okay. We make up afterwards. It depends on what game it is. Like Battleship, they're gone. Monopoly, they're gone. Tinsy, I don't really care.
You, though, I mean, that's really cool because I think that you're very passive, but you will stand your ground when you have to. And for being the person that you are, that takes a lot.
Yes. Yeah.
You get that, did you?
I sort of forgot what you said.
Well, no, I'm just saying that you're very passive in trying to, you don't necessarily avoid confrontation or arguments, but you know the ones that you're going to pick. Like, you know.
Well, I don't avoid them, but I just never find myself there because, I don't know, everybody avoids them with me, maybe.
Right. I just have that mentality, and maybe I'm trying to relate it to me, where I pick my fires. You know what I mean? Like, if it's going to matter that we get in a confrontation, then I'm going to go there. But if it's not going to, if it's like, whatever.
I guess it's for me. It's like it doesn't like if it matters or not. But like, if I see someone doing something wrong, I guess.
Right.
Like someone's like being mean to someone else, I'm going to try to stop them. But like,
sure.
I'm not going to. If someone's like disagreeing with like. That's why I hate politics, because like it's just a bunch of people disagreeing and not actually listening to each other.
Right.
Wow. But like, if I see someone like being mean to someone, I'm gonna try to stop them. But if I see someone disagreeing with something that I believe in, I'm not gonna like argue with them because it's their belief.
I get you. Yeah, absolutely. And that's to be commended. Okay, you're a big baseball fan. I know you've been playing for a long time.
Yep.
Is that something you want to pursue?
Yes, I really do. Yeah.
Really? Okay. Now let me ask you this. I know your two brothers kind of went that road.
Mm-hmm.
And what did you learn from what they did as to what you want to do?
The thing I got mostly from them is don't take anything for granted. Like, you can never lay a day of work off.
Mm-hmm.
You can never take a day to not get better.
Do you find, like, I know both of them went through some frustrating times, like you know, with college ball, with trying to get, you know, minor league thing going on and stuff like that. Do you know that kind of frustration? Can you expect that kind of frustration?
Yes, I 100% do.
Really?
They said the first time you'll talk to the coach, you'll be going nuts because you won't know what to say.
Yeah.
So I'll just try to prepare myself and, like, how I'm going to go through it with them. They said you just got to be ready.
And like, you're pretty much grounded in the fact that you might have to play minor ball for a while too, right? Like,
Yep.
And that's okay with you.
Yeah. If I get there, I get there. If I don't, I'm doing what I love.
It was worth the experience. That's awesome. I love it. I love it, man. And you know what, man? I feel like if you can, I had no idea, first of all, your brother was kind of breaking down to me like the pay scale and stuff like that minor ball players, and I was just blown away at.
Yeah.
There's no glamour in that whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
But if you're willing to stick through that and do it, man, that's awesome.
Yeah. You just got to give it time. Keep working and get better. You'll get there one day.
That's awesome. And two, you know, I feel like already you're coming up with some, like, at least creative ideas to kind of put in the back pocket in case some way, somehow you need to get some extra money, you need to do something on the side, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You got your head on straight, man. What am I talking to you for? All right, so let me ask you this. You're a busy guy. I know you're a very busy guy. And one of the things as a person in youth ministry, I always have to, it's like a big sort of conundrum in youth ministry, man. You want the youth to come and be active in it, but you know the youth are busy.
Mm-hmm.
Things are going on, activities all the time. You're a very busy person. What in a youth ministry can you expect from us as far as being someone so busy? Like, you can't always make it to Sunday. So what would you want from us as to be a part of you instead of you being a part of us?
I just feel like if you guys, like, I know, like, if I know that you guys are always there for me and I know I have someone to talk to, which I do, it's just like that's a big part of my life. So, like, if I need to talk to someone, I can go to anybody in that youth group. So if I need somebody to talk to or I need to pray with someone, I know I can go to them. But I just feel like since I know that they're there, that's all I really need. Since I can't make it that much, which I try to, but baseball and everything,
Yeah.
I just know that if I have someone to talk to, it just works for me.
Are like, because the likelihood that something happens again in the future, it's high. Like, it's just like how life is, and it's like definitely giving like medicine and like people like that like chances to like work out beyond like what they've been like used to for the past few years. But I mean, I think in like some respects, like obviously for me, like not as many things have been canceled, but like seniors, like I feel so bad for them. Like this shouldn't be happening for them because it's their senior year. Like they were supposed to have prom and graduation, but like in the same respect, like it's teaching us like a lot of different like ways to live our lives without like our normal like daily like activities.
Right. And a lot of what I hear too is that, I mean, the one thing that people used to preach about all the time is we spend too much time on our electronics. All of a sudden we're relying on our electronics, you know what I mean? Yeah. So maybe a balance could come out of that too, you know?
I definitely think so. Like, I mean, it's great like seeing this sudden like boost in technology and like how it's definitely impacting everybody's lives now, not just like teenagers. And I think we're seeing like how it's possible to maintain like relationships with people without actually like, being in person, and like obviously like different ways like you can do like schooling, especially because like obviously like there's hurricanes, there's like people are going to get sick for weeks at a time. Like there's going to be different instances where they're going to need this sort of like digital learning strategy, like strategies and techniques for like their benefit.
Right. How has it affected you as far as your connection to the youth and youth ministry and church? Because again, and this is a part of, I think, what you put into your calendar and your scheduling is that you're always there on Sunday. You always serve in children's ministry. You're a fantastic leader in youth ministry. It's not really there, but it's there. But I mean, how does that affect you, I guess, faith-wise and maybe socially, and what your involvement is?
I mean, I definitely I'm maintaining my relationships with like my friends within youth, and I think it's great how we're able to meet on this Zoom with the youth, and then our separate small groups. I mean, I definitely miss seeing all my little kids Sunday mornings. That always made my week because they were just so happy, and it was just a great opportunity to be able to serve with them and stuff. But I mean, I think this is almost in a way strengthening my faith, making it more of my accountability, and it's my want to do everything on Sundays and get up and watch the services and then join the Zoom calls. And it's more of it's me wanting to take responsibility for that than just a scheduled thing.
Right. So in a sense, this has strengthened your personal relationship with God.
Yeah.
Which is what we always talk about, how it's your relationship that you need to work on. Mm-hmm. And that's awesome. That's awesome to hear. Let's think back to before there was coronavirus, okay? I know, eons ago, right? Decades ago. But looking back, before even this virus even set in and stuff like that, obviously, and I think this was evident in churches everywhere, not just our church, but there was a decline in attendance. And there was a decline in youth too. I know for reasons and purposes, people have other things going on in life, but do you think that the church was kind of just dying in a sense? And maybe something like this is going to help it?
I mean, I don't think we were dying. I think we were still we had a very strong foundation, and all of the people I think it's just the beginning of the year always throws its challenges at us, and I think it's very typical to see that decline in numbers. Mm-hmm. And especially I know in youth that quarter of time in school, especially, it's very trying, and it takes a lot to even get through that mentally and stuff. And I think that this is definitely going to help our numbers, though. I think people are going to realize how much they actually miss that connection and that opportunity to go in and just kind of have that hour on Sundays where you can forget about the week and just be there in the moment.
Right.